Mr. Woodruff, you've tested positive for HIV. Have you ever used intravenous drugs? Have you ever engaged in homosexual conduct?
Homo. You say homo? You made a mistake, because that ain't me.
Mr. Woodruff, we estimate you have 30 days left.
And newsflash for y'all. There ain't nothing out there can kill Ron Woodruff in 30 days. Them drugs, they just released for testing, and I know this hospital's one of the sites. I need it.
It doesn't work that way, Mr. Woodruff. Where are you going?
They got good meds out of Mexico that's better than what you can get here in the States.
This is protein, totally non-toxic.
And you can't buy this in the USA?
Not approved.
You could be making a fortune off of this.
You look great.
Well, actually, I look amazing.
Anything to declare?
Nada.
That importing illegal drugs for sale is a very serious offense.
They're not illegal. They're merely unapproved.
I've been looking for you, Lone Star.
Listen, Tinkerbell, unless you got more cash or new clients, I'm busy.
You don't deserve our money.
Cut you in 5%.
25. Take it or leave it.
Welcome to the Dallas Buyers Club.
All due respect, man. You know you're one of my favorite people.
Thank
man,
you.
You've been grinding. Movie after movie after movie. But not only are you making movie after movie after movie, man, it seems like you're getting better and better, man.
Oh, thanks.
You're finding your space, right?
Trying to lower my handicap. You know?
Love it. Golf analogy. Now, this one's incredible, though. I mean, the obvious. You lose the weight for the role. How do you get like that, though? How did you do it? And how do you do that safely?
Well, you do it safely because I went and talked to 2 nutritionalists.
Okay.
I called some people in the business who have done it before, and I got tips on how not to do it safely, how they did it wrong.
Okay, okay.
I also gave myself enough time. I didn't do it in 2 weeks.
All right, all right.
I did it in 4 months.
How much total weight did you lose?
47 pounds.
Wow, and you're a food guy. You like to eat.
Oh, yeah. You know that.
Yeah, I know that.
I wasn't eating any of those Kansas City ribeyes.
Nah, you cannot eat any Kansas City ribeyes when you're trying to lose 50+ pounds.
You know what I ended up doing, though, which people thought was weird, and I don't know how I found some sort of weird pleasure in it. I started cooking more for my family while I was losing the weight. So all I could do is, like, I'd do those ribeyes for the family, and I'd be marinating, and I'd just be over there going, that's all I could do.
Man,
but
that's
it
incredible,
was,
though.
So I got on a controlled diet.
Dedication, though.
Yeah, well, it was right. That's my job for the role. And why not, you know, there's just many other roles that's not, why over choreograph another role where you don't need to lose that much weight? This one was not for any effect. It was just responsibility to the man and go do it. And I got support from my family. I have controlled meals. I became a bit of a hermit.
Yeah, right. I can imagine that.
Which became entertaining after a while.
But it makes sense, though, playing this guy, though.
Yeah.
Because did that help you get into his headspace?
Well, this guy was extremely isolated, man, and became, especially after he got diagnosed with HIV, his friends and his circle around him abandoned him. And so I enjoyed the isolation. It was tough, but I enjoyed why it was tough.
Okay.
I enjoyed being stuck, sitting there and feeling like, when's the day gonna be over? You know, I'm not eating, because I thought 4 hours a day I'm thinking about food, so I quit thinking about it, and so all of a sudden the day takes longer. But I had plenty of work to do. I had so much information on this guy. And I went to his family, and they shared scrapbooks and diaries and videotapes and transcripts.
So you just became like a sponge.
Yeah, and I sat with it, and I found it so intriguing. So it helped. I got to spend a lot of time getting ready. And boy, when we showed up, I felt like I was the master of my man. And that's the goal.
Okay.
To really know my man as well as possible, you know. And there's a lot to get to know with this guy.
Yes, it is. That's why people need to check this out.
Walker, Dorsett, Blunt, Newsom, Jeffcoat. These are patients?
Yes, sir.
They're also the names of players on the Dallas Cowboys.
No. That's a hell of a coincidence, isn't it?
Isn't this a little ridiculous?
Well, you said it.
Can you prove these are patients?
Can you prove they're not?
Now, I want to find out from you, how old were you or where were you when you really found out about the devastating effects of being HIV positive or having AIDS?
I was about 16, about this time. And I remember the first reaction, because you hear different things. Nobody really knew where it came from. Was it a homosexual disease? No, heterosexual could get it, but wait, a heterosexual did get it. Well, remember, the first people that were so said heterosexual people were like, well, no, there's no way.
Right.
They must be gay, you know. And then there was the idea, and I remember the time when Magic Johnson got it, and that was the first sort of iconic public figure.
Well, that's the one that's the punch in the gut for everyone.
And then there was the All-Star game, right?
That's right.
Karl Malone, then some people said, I don't want to play. And I remember going,
boycott.
And I remember going, they got a point, because we don't know. Remember, does it come from, can you get it from saliva? They're sweating? Could you get, nobody knew. And I remember a lot of people jumped on them that said, who said they didn't want to play, and they said, oh, that bigot. And I was like, well, man, if you don't know, you know, so it was a real time for discussion. And just remember this. The doctors and the FDA in this town didn't know either.
No one knew.
No, it was brand new. You know, so Ron Woodruff is learning at the same time as they are. He noticed that, hey, they got one drug, AZT, they're offering to give, and I think there could be another option. I'm going to go around them and figure it out. But I remember that going and wondering. And then there was a fear and a phobia for a long time as a heterosexual male. You know, in any kind of intimacy with any women, there was fear. You didn't know. Did you get it from kissing somebody? You did. So the ignorance was where so much of the fear came from.
Well, thanks for making the movie, man, and keep killing it, man. Love you to death, baby.
Thank you, man.